Rolling. Can you give me a clap? Beautiful.
I'm Stephen Fulop, Democratic candidate to be the next governor of the state of New Jersey, and this is Local Leaders.
In 30 seconds or less, what's your backstory?
Backstory is I'm a family of immigrants, came here, grew up in Edison, New Jersey, got a job at a prestigious investment bank, left, enlisted in the Marine Corps after 9/11, was inspired to serve the country, kind of found myself in local politics, first as a councilman against the establishment, then a mayor outside of the establishment. And Jersey City has been one of the best Renaissance stories in the country, and now I'm running for governor. And I'm a dad of 3.
So what inspired you to run for governor?
Well, look, I think being a mayor for 12 years and seeing firsthand the disconnect between Trenton and local government, you need a mayor to solve some of those problems. And I think, more broadly, I think about what New Jersey is going to be like for my 6-year-old, 4-year-old, and 1-year-old. I think we're on a really dangerous trajectory. And I think that federal government, the way it is, I didn't anticipate, nobody did, but it's even more dangerous than I initially thought.
What's your take on how New Jersey should handle congestion pricing?
I'm a supporter, and I said that originally, even though the public sentiment was initially opposed to it, and most of the politicians that I'm running against came out against it. The reality is that congestion pricing is a way to invest in mass transit. It's good for health, good for the environment. And if you take a step back and you think about who's the person that pays $2,000 a month to park in Midtown Manhattan after driving every day, it's the wealthiest, less than 1% of the population. Regular people take buses and trains, and we should be investing in that, and proven to be right, actually.
How do you plan on protecting small businesses from the impact of tariffs put in place by the current administration?
I think the Economic Development Association of New Jersey, the EDA, needs to be entirely reworked. I think they focus too much on big corporations moving across the river, like the JP Morgans of the world. I think we need to have a more concerted effort focusing on small business with incentives and grants. They're the best job creators, and New Jersey doesn't really have a good strategy around them today.
The current administration has been combative with several state governors. How would you work with the federal government while standing up for New Jersey's values?
Yeah, I think our campaign is different because I've articulated a more clear vision on the things I'm going to do to change New Jersey. It's far more substantive than any of the other campaigns. And part of that is articulating how we're going to stand up for New Jersey with the Attorney General, the things we're going to do from drawing down on the surplus. It's also articulating the things that I could do in New Jersey without relying on the federal government. So our approach is different. I urge people to look at the websites and they can see how different it is.
If you had to choose between lowering income taxes or property taxes, which would you pick and why?
I think they're different. I think they both need to be restructured in New Jersey, to be honest with you. I think the income tax brackets need to be revisited entirely. A millionaire's tax from 20 years ago is no longer a millionaire's tax. At the same time, how we think about property taxes and how that subsidizes local government is part of the reason that I'm running for governor. Mayors don't have a lot of flexibility, and Trenton makes a lot of decisions that drive property tax costs to regular people, and it really needs to be revisited as well. So it's not an and or, it's really kind of, we need to think about both from a wholesale change standpoint.
Why should someone from South Jersey vote for you?
I spend a lot of time in South Jersey. I think that South Jersey has felt neglected for a long time. During the campaign, I'm the only one that's down there other than Steve Sweeney, who lives there, organizing, outreach, understanding the issues. I think we need to get past this polarization. And the truth is that South Jersey has been left behind economically, employment-wise, and for New Jersey to prosper, we need to invest better in South Jersey.
All right, we're going to switch over now to just like the rapid fire questions.
Sure.
These are off the cuff. As soon as you get the answer, I'm going to ask the next one.
All right.
Who's your favorite New Jersey musician?
Probably Bon Jovi.
Taylor ham or pork roll?
Taylor ham. I grew up in a deli in North Jersey.
Rutgers or Seton Hall?
Rutgers.
Does Central Jersey exist?
Of course.
Is $6 too much for a latte?
Yes.
Giants or Jets?
Giants.
If you were stuck in a sinkhole, what Bon Jovi song would you sing?
Living on a prayer.
Wawa or Quick Check?
Wawa, quick check.
Parkway or Turnpike?
Parkway.
Favorite New Jersey newspaper?
Jersey Journal. Dead now.
What town in New Jersey do you think has the prettiest Main Street?
Jersey City.
Pizza or bagels?
Both.
Would you live at a New Jersey mall?
Yes.
When you're heading down the shore, where do you go?
Generally, Belmar.
What are your thoughts on Connecticut?
Don't spend a lot of time there.
Give a shout out to your favorite restaurant.
Augustino's, Hoboken. Or
Should-
River Palm. Both.
Should New Jersey pump its own gas?
No.
What town in New Jersey do you think is the most underrated?
Edison, New Jersey, where I grew up.
Would you support expanding NJ Transit to more of the Jersey Shore and Atlantic City?
100%.
What are your thoughts on beach badges?
I think we gotta make beaches more accessible. I mean, today, look, a lot of mayors have a lot of flexibility on it, but the reality is more access is better. Free beaches are good.
With the Department of Education potentially being eliminated, how will you ensure that this doesn't impact New Jersey's high-performing public schools?
New Jersey needs to codify what the Department of Education looks like in the state constitution, because eventually you're gonna have a Republican governor, and a lot of things have been redefined under a Trump administration that we need to think about.
What's your plan to make New Jersey more affordable for the middle class?
Well, I think you need to revisit both income tax and property tax. You need to redo the school funding formula. You need to change how special education is funded there. You need to incentivize more job growth and economic development. I think all of those things come to affordability.
Should NJ state and local law enforcement assist in ICE raids?
No,
What sets you apart from the other candidates?
everything. More substantive, detailed, clear vision, not talking platitudes outside of the political establishment, talking about political change, clear direction on how we're going to fight in a Trump administration, and clear articulated substantive vision on what we're going to do to change New Jersey.
Will you continue to protect reproductive health care in New Jersey, including safe and legal abortion?
Of course.
Can you share something Governor Phil Murphy has done that you disagree with?
I think he's been pretty poor on New Jersey Transit. I think he should have showed more of a backbone on the minimum wage. I think we're still a poverty wage. I think that we've been slow on adopting things like, implementation of cannabis, certain things that he's prided himself on. I think that the reality is that he's been too close to some of the political establishment, political bosses that have monetized the system here in New Jersey.
If you are chosen to be the next governor, what's the most important thing you hope to accomplish?
Property taxes, affordability, and fixing New Jersey Transit. Fix property taxes also by housing growth and fixing the supply conversation. But I think we're going to be effective on all those.
Awesome.
That's it?
Yeah, thank you so
All right.
much.
That was pretty painless.
Glad.
All right.
Glad to hear.
Who else has done this so far? Thanks again for the invite. Get the latest on what's happening in the state of New Jersey. Download the Towns of app with the link below.